Oh yeah, the new Lian Li Strimer V2 cables are here, more flexible, more shiny and more cool. What's up guys, Vlad here. So what we have here is the all new Lian Li Strimer V2 cables, 24 pin for the motherboard and dual 8 pin for the GPU. It is worth mentioning that there is also a triple 8 pin cable if your GPU has 3 power connectors, so this is new. In the box you will get the cables, of course. The controller comes only with the 24 pin cables, so if you plan to get cables only for the GPU, you won't be able to use the LianLi Connect V3 software to control the lights. You would be limited only to your motherboard's light control, as you will get the cable to control it through the motherboard. Here is something new. You can now change the cable end clips to the white ones, and they are much better and sturdier compared to the first version. On the first version mine broke off if bent under a certain angle, but here that is no longer a problem because cables are more flexible now. They are made from a silicone material which is much more flexible, plus the cables themselves no longer have sleeving, which makes them more flexible. They also have a silicone coating now, so yeah, much more flexible. One more new thing is that all 24 pin cables now run next to each other and then fork at the connector instead of having like 2 pairs of 12 again. This makes the whole cable much more flexible and thinner. You can actually bend it all the way around. This also made another thing possible for the light to shine on the sides of the cables as well. Again, compared to the V1 model, cables are now thinner thanks to the silicone coating, and this also made it possible to separate the end of the cables, the 8-pin connection that goes to the GPU for example, a little bit more, since there are some GPUs out there that have a wider gap between 8-pin connectors, so you can now separate it a little bit. The installation is very simple. Connect one end of the cable to the motherboard, the other end to the controller, and you can't mistake which one goes where, because on the controller there is a little switch. Left from it is the connector for the triple 8 pin, right from it is the connector for the dual 8 pin GPU cable. On the side there is a connector for the 24 pin motherboard cable. Plug in the micro USB connector to the controller and plug in the other end to the USB 2.0 header on your motherboard. Pretty much this is all you need if you want to use the LConnect 3 software to control the lights, which I highly recommend that you do. If you are planning to use the control through the motherboard software, for example, you don't need to connect the micro USB cable. You can just connect the 5 volts ARGB cable that is supplied in the box as well. But this way you are pretty much limited in terms of available effects, as most of the effects here are not available via the motherboard software. Hence why I recommend the use of the USB cable and ditch the 5 volt cable. Now on to the lightning modes. 24 pin cable is divided into 6 light channels, the triple 8 pin is also divided in 6 channels, and the dual 8 pin cable has 4 light channels. All of this is controlled from the LConnect 3 software with various predefined lightning modes, which are totally awesome by the way, but you can also customize it to your liking as well. Also with the LConnect 3 you can control SL and AL fans, as well as the upcoming SL Infinity fans too. If you perhaps own an AIO from LianLi, you can control everything through here. It's a complete ecosystem now. Every lightning mode that you pick in the software will have a visual representation on screen, so you can see how it would look like. The speed of certain effects can be changed, brightness as well, as these cables are seriously bright. You can also change the direction of some effects and totally customize them to your personal preference. There is no doubt that this will spice up the look of your PC. It's more flexible than ever, more light than ever, and even more effects than ever. The Strimer Plus V2 will be available as a motherboard 24 pin, GPU dual 8 pin and GPU triple 8 pin cables. It's scheduled to launch today on May 6th at an MSRP of $69.99, $49.99 and $59.99 respectively. And also for the Strimer Plus owners that wish to upgrade to use the LConnect 3 software, the new controller will be available on launch day at an MSRP of just $19.99. So considering that you would pay around $70 to $80 for a set of custom sleeved cables, the price of the Strimer Plus 2 is more than reasonable. So if you are into RGB, that whole bling, well, this is the missing link that bonds all RGB lights together. Legend has it that whoever possesses the Strimer V2 cables shall have a boost of at least 20 FPS in games, so hurry up and get them. Little joke guys, but thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. Make sure to check my other videos as well, and I'll see you next week.